Hey folks, how are you doing again? This is Dr. Chris Cueto, aka the Stick Doc, your resident warrior chiropractor. So, I'm going to show you today a few mobility exercises that you can do to help out with your shoulder, especially if you have a little bit of small injury or a little bit of a strain in your shoulder. This is actually something that we also offer to folks who completely injure their shoulders or even post-surgery for their shoulders too. So really quick things that we could show you right now. Before I continue, just make sure you hit like and subscribe to our channel. So a couple things we've got over here. So let's say you injured your shoulder from maybe picking something up, throwing something, and again, you're gonna have a little bit of slight immobility or a difficult range of motion in your shoulder. We're gonna do a few things called a Codman's type of exercises, or Codman's exercise. So we're gonna use a staff. You could use anything from a baseball bat, a broomstick, or a mop handle. Biggest thing we wanna do is we wanna make sure that your joint for your shoulder itself continues to move, okay? Problem is when we hurt our shoulder, we have a tendency to kind of be more cautious about it, baby it. It is important that you maintain mobility and movement with it too. It helps circulate, it helps the joint itself circulate the fluid around it too. It also helps enable healing, and it just gives your body that adaptation to load again. So again, I'm gonna grab one of the broomsticks here. Let's say my right shoulder was injured or strained. We're gonna take our right hand onto the end of one side of the end of the stick, your left hand onto the stick itself. Now, right hand, which is the affected shoulder itself, should not be at all moving. It should only be holding on to the end of the stick, pretty much going along for the ride. The left hand, all right, does all the work. So the first thing we're gonna do is what we call a shoulder abduction movement, bringing it up from the side. So, that in mind, we're gonna slowly bring it up. Now, what's important here is we're gonna bring it up to where you can tolerate. If you're starting to feel some sort of discomfort or pain, you're gonna back off a little bit, okay? More is not best here, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and do this at your comfort level. Let's say about 5 to 10 times, okay? Now, the biggest thing that we wanna make sure we do this, again, is in comfort level, no pain, but you'll also see over time, hopefully, you'll start even seeing a better range as your body adapts to it, okay? So that's the abduction portion. Do it about 10 times or so. Sometimes we'll do a couple sets, maybe 2 sets or 3 sets, whatever you could do, all right? Then next up, we're gonna do what we call full shoulder flexion, bringing it up this way. So what I like to do is position your stick such as so, all right? So we're coming from this side, and now we're gonna swivel it this way. Same thing, your left hand does the work, your right hand just goes along for the ride. You're gonna bring it up, again, up to where you can tolerate, and back down again. Up, and then down. Once again, up to where you can tolerate. You start to feel some sort of discomfort or pain, back off a little bit. Don't worry if your angle isn't as high as you want it to be, all right? We're gonna get to that, okay? Again, about roughly 10 times, do a couple sets, 2 to 3 sets. The next one, extension. So from here, what we can do is, from this movement, we're gonna swivel it now to this. So watch what I did. From here to the front, then to the side. Okay? Same thing, we're gonna go ahead and push your shoulder back to tolerance, then release, okay? Make sure you're not moving your arm at all. Up, then down, okay? Once again, up and down, okay? And that's extension. Once again, repetition about 10 times, do a couple sets, maybe 2 to 3 sets. Next one, last one, is what we call adduction. Bring your arm or shoulder crossing towards the center line. All right, so same thing. Grab a hold of with your left hand of the stick, and you're gonna pull it towards you to where you can tolerate. And again, from neutral, and back. Neutral, and to back. Okay? Once again, about 5 to 10 times, a couple sets, to where you can tolerate. This is a great example of how we can start doing some basic mobility work with your shoulder. This is not a strengthening, loaded exercise at all. This just helps you with your ranges of motion too. It's a great way for your shoulder if it's strained. It's also from any type of injury. This is something we usually have folks start out with. Okay? If you have any any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at www.heraldsquare.com. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again. See you soon.